yeah.
What is going on, geeky gun guys and gals? Happy Halloween. And I'm gonna start this right with a Twix. Let me know what your guys' favorite Halloween candy is down in the comments. And if you're into geeky and or gun and or guy stuff, consider hitting the subscribe button if you're not already part of the family. But you guys already know that I'm a huge fan of Halloween. This is my favorite Disney movie, by the way. But today we're talking top 5 Netflix horror movies that you could watch this Halloween. So I know you guys already know I love Halloween, but what you probably didn't know is that I loves me some horror movies. So the 5 movies and 1 TV series that I'm going to be telling you guys about today are all split into like different categories, I guess you could say. So I went with new and innovative, slasher, OG or classic, paranormal, and series. And of course they all fall under the horror genre. And by the way, this is for American Netflix. America. So for new and innovative, I went with a movie that just hit Netflix like a few weeks ago, and that's Unfriended. So I've never seen the movie, hadn't heard anything about it, never seen a trailer. It was just in my suggested on Netflix, and I decided to give it a shot, and boy was I surprised. Super low budget, keep you guessing thriller about 6 friends that cyberbully this chick and she ends up killing herself. That's not a spoilers, by the way. This is all in the Netflix information. And yeah, they hit up like a Skype call and they're talking to one another and weird stuff starts happening. And the entire time you're watching the movie, it's in first person of the main character of the movie, which was like a super original take because everything she's doing you see on her laptop. Super sick concept, good story, good scares, highly recommend it. Oh, and it came out in 2014. So my slasher pick, I actually went with a newer one as well. Well, 2016, and I watched it hella long ago. But that's Hush. God, it's such a good concept for a movie. So the main chick's a writer, and she moves to the woods to just isolate and start writing. Come to find she's being terrorized at nighttime, of course, by a masked killer. And did I mention she's deaf? Very, what the fuck would I do in that situation kind of movie. But I seriously couldn't imagine being in a situation like that without one of my senses, let alone the ability to hear. Oh man. Next category, I kind of picked 2 movies only because it's based on your definition of OG. So I went with the classic Halloween story of Sleepy Hollow. Came out in 1999. And actually the story of Sleepy Hollow, hearing that when I was in like middle school or when I was a kid, got me into Halloween. And it was directed by Tim Burton. But for those of you that don't know the story of Sleepy Hollow, there's a detective named Ichabod Crane who's trying to figure out who's doing all these beheadings in the town of Sleepy Hollow. And there's a bridge, headless horseman. You know the story. But for my other OG pick, I went with the 1991 classic Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. You know, he actually doesn't say that in the movie. Some Mandela effect shit. But it's about an FBI agent fresh out of the academy trying to find a serial killer, and to catch him, the FBI need the help of a serial killer, Hannibal Lecter. For those of you that haven't seen it, amazing story. Eerie as balls. Sick, twisted. It's got everything. And next for Paranormal is a movie I actually just watched earlier this week because my cousin Nikki suggested it and he did not disappoint, which is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And that came out in 2016, but I always swipe past it. Just nothing about it really grabbed me. But like I said, my cousin suggested it and it did not disappoint. It will have you constantly saying, hell no. And what the tit? And there are tits in it. Dead chesticles. But it's about a father-son autopsy team in this super old house. And of course, they're about to call it a night when the police bring in a cadaver, unidentified, hence Jane Doe. And the more they look into the body, the more they cannot figure it out. Again, very original story. And the closer that you think you are to figuring it out, the further you are from the truth. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And lastly, I have series. It's a 2018 instant classic, The Haunting of Hill House. I haven't started The Haunting of Bly Manor yet, but it's on the list. But The Haunting of Hill House is so beautifully done, both for the scares, cinematically, the acting. Everything about that show is amazing. If you have 10 hours to kill, I highly suggest wasting it, or not wasting it, on The Haunting of Hill House. If you have completely no plans on Saturday or Halloween, I suggest starting that and finishing it the same day. It's about a family who returns to their childhood home after vowing never to go back there, and they do. God, it's such a good show. The scares. I mean, there are jump scares, but some of them are so subtle and have no audio cues or, the things that make your heart rate go up. It's just all eerie. Just watch it. But those are my top 5.5 movies and or shows to watch this Halloween on Netflix. Grab you some candy, some popcorn, turn off all the lights, and hopefully you haven't seen some of those, but definitely watch those on Halloween. But if you have seen them, or when you do watch them, let me know down in the comments how you liked it. Was I totally off base? Let me know what you think. For the Would You Rather. If you were guaranteed to see some shit, would you rather spend the night in a haunted graveyard or in a haunted house? Your safety's guaranteed, but you're gonna see some shit. Let me know down in the comments. And once you're done eating all the Halloween candy, go ahead and gingerly tap that like and subscribe button. And most importantly, don't forget, don't be a dick, be a blessing.